Hello everyone, it's time for a story. Our story today is called Treasures in the Garden. It was a lovely sunny morning when Jake realised that he had lost his favourite teddy. He looked under his bed and behind the sofa. He checked in his sister's room and searched in all his drawers. He took out all of his toys from the toy box and even went to see if Mum had put the teddy in the washing machine, but his teddy was nowhere to be found. Jake became very upset. When his big sister Holly asked him to play, he shook his head. He felt too sad to play any games. Suddenly, Holly thought of a brilliant idea. "We can look for your teddy in the garden," smiled Holly. Jake hadn't looked in the garden yet, so he followed her outside. Maybe Jake's teddy was out there somewhere. First, they looked for the teddy in the deepest depths of the big blue sea, surrounded by beautiful mermaids and shimmering fish. A mermaid with a pink tail and wavy fins gave Jake some sparkling shells, which he put in Holly's bag. Ready? Let's see if we can find the shells. Holly and Jake checked under every rock, but they still couldn't find Jake's teddy. Next, they crept bravely onto a huge pirate ship. Holly and Jake hid behind a treasure chest so the shouting captain with the bushy black beard couldn't see them. Should we hide together? Ready? Jake grabbed some shiny coins from the chest and put them into Holly's bag. Can you see the shiny coins? Can you find any treasure? He had to cover his mouth so the pirate wouldn't hear him giggling, but they still couldn't find Jake's teddy. After that, they climbed aboard a rocket ship, travelling into space, dodging strange aliens and whizzing past enormous planets. They landed on the moon and they floated outside. Are you ready to float in space? Holly showed Jake some bright, glowing space rockets and added them to her bag. Can you see what colours they found? Soon after, they spied a large red dragon relaxing in a tall green tree. "Hello," he said, snapping his sharp teeth together. "Will you join me for tea?" They sat and ate some scrumptious tea with the dragon. Who gave Jake some of his rough red scales. Dragon scales. Jake grinned and thanked him, but they still couldn't find his teddy. Then Jake and Holly found themselves in a dark and creepy wood where a wizard with a very, very long beard sat on a rock. "Hello," he said. "Would you like to learn some magic tricks?" Feeling excited, Jake nodded, and the wizard gave each of them a glittering wand. He taught them to make sparkles and all sorts of amazing magic tricks. Ready? Jake had such a lovely time, he forgot to ask about his teddy. Finally, they heard wonderful music playing in an enchanted forest and found some fairies dancing between the flowers. Holly and Jake danced with the fairies, who wore soft flower petals and acorns for hats. The pretty fairy queen was so impressed by their lovely dancing that she put silver twinkling crowns on their heads. Wow! A crown from a fairy queen. Feeling worn out, Holly and Jake sat down in the middle of the garden and took out all the treasures from Holly's bag. They had collected a shell from a mermaid, a golden coin from a pirate ship, some space rocks from the moon, a scale from a dragon, wands from a wizard, and crowns from a fairy queen. What an exciting adventure with wonderful discoveries. Do you want to go inside and see if Mum has found your teddy? Holly asked. Jake realised he'd forgotten they were looking for his teddy all along. He'd been having such a good time, he'd forgotten that he'd even been sad that morning. "We can ask Mum about my teddy later," he said happily. "I'm having too much fun playing in the garden with you." And can you see? His mum found his teddy after all. And our story has now finished. Thank you for listening, everyone. Goodbye.